Hey everyone, it's Synth Designer back again with another video. Today I'm going to be breaking down my 10 favorite chill synth or chill wave sounds. You may have recently saw my 10 favorite synthwave sounds. These are all sounds that I created and released as presets on different preset packs. These were all released for free at synthdesigner.com and are still available. Please go out and download them if you haven't already. I'm going to be breaking down my 10 favorite sounds from these packs, and I'm going to show you how I use them in different settings. I use some of these in different songs, in different tutorials, and I wanted to show you how they fit in there. I'm going to talk about how they were processed a little bit and just the basic sounds so you could see how I use them and hopefully get inspired for your own tracks. So why don't we get right into it? So this first sound was used in a track called Before Dusk. And if you haven't checked out the tutorial for that, please do. A lot of these presets were used in full songs of mine, and I break down these full songs. So if you want to get a lot more context, please check out some of these videos. I'll tell you about the songs or the videos that they were used in previously. So let's check out what this one sounds like. It's called Unnold Soldier. It's a keys preset from Chill Vibes Volume 1. So this is a ARP, but as you can tell, it's very, very washed type of sound. You can see there is a lot of processing here, some vinyl, Pancake 2, which kind of makes it go back and forth between the stereo field. After that, it's a little bit of compression limiting and EQing essentially. Vinyl as well. So if I were to take these off, the basic sound is there. That kickstart really adds a lot of bounce to it. This particular track is very diva heavy. This is actually the only Serum preset I have, and it really was kind of irreplaceable as far as diva goes. Like, you can't create something quite like this in there. As you can see, it has this very strange kind of wave shape. It's almost a saw, but not quite. The effects here, that distortion is super heavy, the tube distortion, and then has a lot of delay, reverb. That EQ is kind of taking out the sounds. That noise is really important. If I were to just play the noise. Without the noise. It's got that huge reverb, right, that you can't really take out. So it really gives it that kind of unique sound. So let's just play it into context here, and we'll see how it works within the song. So this is pattern 12. I'm going to play it basically from the beginning, and then we'll get to about the 16th or 17th bar. And it comes in at bar 13. So that nice, really kind of wide sound that really provides a lot of interesting character to the song. These next three sounds come from a song called Expressions. This was a full song I did, and I provide a full tutorial on this one as well. The first one is called Subtle Pitcher. It is pattern 1, and it is a pad here. So let's just listen to this pattern first. So this one is quite heavily processed here. If we take a look at the main synth here, we have Chow Tape Model doing a lot of this work along with Isotope Trash. I go a lot into more detail in the full tutorial, but let's just take a look and let's listen to the difference without it on. So still a nice deep sound in my opinion. It's got a nice kind of detuned sound already. But what these two do is really add distortion and grit to it. And for the song, it really does a lot too. So if you want that grit, just add a lot of saturation, find the right saturation. In this situation here, we have this MS saw, and I find this saw in particular isn't quite as harsh. So if you want a little bit more of that subtlety, use this particular sound. The LFOs here are changing up the level and giving this a little bit more detunement. So the level is changing, giving us that kind of tremolo. And then the LFO here is attached to the master tune, which gives it a little bit of that difference in pitch. So very low, I think it's at like 1 or 2. And then it just kind of like moves up and down just subtly, giving it kind of that very retro, unstable sound. Envelope 2 here gives it a little bit of that up and down difference as well, but not much. As you can see, the cutoff isn't moving much. All I wanted to do was create a little bit of change and variation here and there to make it more interesting. The reverb is off here because it's on its own reverb on a bus here. So that is kind of the primary sound. Let's move on to the next sound here, which is pattern 8. This is another really important sound for this track. It's called Sick Frog from Chill Vibes Volume 1. Let's listen to this. So you can see the processing here. It doesn't have tons of processing. A little bit of kickstart to eliminate some of the transients at the beginning and a little bit of bounce, plus some of this FabFilter Saturn, which gives it a little bit more distortion. And the main sound here is intact, has a ton of distortion, as you could hear with the tape saturation. The reverb is native to Serum, and then it has a ton of white noise. If we were to take that off, really missing a lot. The LFOs really pitch bending it here. Pitch bending in a different way here again. Very plucky sound. It works very nicely as a lead, but also works as an ARP, as we could hear in this situation. Just a ton of white noise, really adding that character and depth. And then this last one is pattern 12. Let's take a look at this one. It is called Large Space from Chill Vibes Volume 2. Let's just play this pattern as well. So this one I used as a drone, as you could hear. It has a ton of kind of space to it. The reverb is through Valhalla Supermassive, as you can see here. It has its own reverb in the actual preset, but I need something even bigger. You can use this reverb if you want, just depends on your mix. Has that big chorus as well, so it adds more of a drone type of sound in this context, but on its own it is very much a kind of standard pad that you would hear and use. In different contexts. So it has a nice kind of upper octave along with the lower octaves as well. But let's listen to how they work all together. So we have patterns 1, 8, and 12. So you'll hear the main synth coming in, the ARPs coming in, and then the drone comes in here. So I'll play you this beginning part, and then I'll play you kind of the drone part later on. So let's listen to the start of the song. And then let's just listen to this drone from pattern 12. So those are the 3 sounds from this track. This preset was used in a song called Potential. This is a synth called Common Ground from Chill Vibes. Let's listen to it. Got that nice kind of chill synth vibe to it, a little bit of a deeper vibe to it. As you can see, very simple, has a chorus to it, but no other effects. The effects are through here. I have some vinyl as well as some EQ and some distortion. I have the delay and reverb on a different bus. Either way, very simple sound. And you can see just 2 basic saw waves. Let's listen to Patron here. So it's got that nice depth to it. You can take out some of the lows here, which is probably recommended in certain situations. The next sound here we have is pattern 13, and this is from Chill Vibes again, number 1, a pad called Feeling Tired. Let's just listen to the pattern here. So as you can probably tell, this is another kind of drone that I used it on. When we look at the effects here, the reverb isn't super high. However, this is a steady kind of sound that really doesn't fade away, and it depends a lot on this cassette noise as well, as you could hear. If we look at the mix here, the reverb is high here, so it's kind of doubled up. So a little bit of more of these distortion through FabFilter, but mostly just about this very basic saws here with this kind of white noise that's just held steady here. So as you can hear, you can have a lot more of that upper end if you want, but let's just play them in context here. So we have them at this midway point of the song here. So let's just play it from here, and let's just pay attention to 13 and 1. So as you could hear, that drone there, or the hover synth as I called it, opens up a little bit and gives it a little bit of a brighter sound, which you could use as well. Here I wanted to show you how you could use kind of a chill synth sound in a different context. This was from a song called Disclosure. It's kind of a chill house type of song, so it's got that more upbeat dance kind of vibe to it, but has a much more chill sound to it. So just because it's from Chill Vibes and kind of that chill synth idea, you don't have to just use those sounds here. So let's just play this pattern here. Go back to, let's open up Serum again. It's called Plucky Islands from Chill Vibes Volume 1. Very simple sound. As you can imagine, you can play with this cutoff a bunch. It's just got a very basic kind of pulse and saw here. The effects, obviously you could hear the reverb and the significant delay, but it's a very simple sound that works in chill synth, but also in this chill house type of track, which you'll hear in a moment. Then the other sound I really like was on pattern 11. Very different sound. This is called Underwhelming Anecdote from Chill Vibes Volume 1. Just play this pattern. It's kind of an accent sound, if you will. huge delay here. And the pancake too is giving it that stereo width to it. Nice big reverb as well, and then the EQ is cutting out those lows. So two basic sounds here, but they work very well together and work in a kind of a different context than maybe what you're used to for regular chill synth. So let's just listen to these two sounds, patterns 6 and 11. I'm going to pick it up about here, and there's going to be other sounds obviously as well. And then pattern 11 comes here, pattern 6 and all the drums and all these synth layers are together, but try to pick out that main synth as well. This sound is called Single Brass. It's a lead from Chill Vibes Volume 2. As you can see, very simple. It is just a basic kind of saw. This is coming from a tutorial I did on an Emil Rottmeyer kind of style song. As you can see, very simple kind of processing here. It's kind of making up the main chords, so we could get right into how it sounds on the song. It's a very basic sound, however, it can be used in different contexts, not just as a lead, but as you could hear as chords as well here. It's very filtered right now. It'll open up as we go here. This last sound is actually two sounds, but I felt that they really go nicely together. I did this in a preview for Chill Vibes Volume 2, and I just loved how the chords fit together. It's pattern 1 with Hypersonics from Chill Vibes Volume 2, and then pattern 2 is Lost Star. And I just felt that these were great together. They are very similar in how they sound, and they just complement each other nicely. Here's Hypersonic. That nice rounded saw here with the regular saw with the 7 semitones down gives it that nice fifth kind of element if you're familiar with music theory. Very soft envelope coming into play here. The effects are nice, just some nice reverb. It's a very spacious type of sound. Then if we go to pattern 2 with Lost Star, even a little bit softer, doesn't have the white noise, but just blends in really nicely. And I'll play you these two together. So let's pay attention just at the very beginning. Another pattern comes in here after 4 bars, but let's just pay attention to those two sounds. So as you could hear, those two really complement each other nicely. They could probably work together nicely. You probably have to EQ them a little bit to make them work perfectly in a mix, but really great sounds together. But that's it. Those are my 10 favorite chill synth sounds that I've ever created. Again, these are all available for free at synthdesigner.com. Please go download them. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time.